Are you eating?
Oh, like a talking chicken.
Yeah, whatever now. Listen, I've heard it all before. Where have you been? I'm furious. Get over here, will you, and get on this egg for us for a bit. I'm off out the yard to get myself some corn and some grain and a bit of meat paste. Sit yourself down, lad.
Me set an egg?
Yeah, have you got spuds in your ears or
All
something?
right. Give it a shot. How hard
Sit on the egg, that's right.
What was that?
You're my daddy. Well, my daddy, my mother was a walrus, my daddy is an Ian. Happy Easter, kid. I'm the totem wisdom.
It's horrible.
Oh, it's a bit harsh. Come back. Come back, daddy. Daddy, I love you.
You did this!
You did this!
Oh, there's only one way around this, mate.
What's that?
A really terrible pun around Easter and horrible histories.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Guys, email in with your horrible histories.
Histories.
Something bad happened at Easter, tell us. CBBC at bbc.co.uk. What's been happening this Easter? And why has it been horrible? Right now, though, brand new School of Silence.
Who came up with horrible histories?
His name's Dave and he's a horrible man.
Welcome to the School of Silence. This is where the noisiest children in the country are sent to prove they can keep quiet. We're about to meet 4 new arrivals, but can they keep quiet for just one day? Ooh, I doubt it.
Here's how the day works. The new pupils have 3 challenging classes to prove they can be silent, followed by the crucial final exam, which will determine whether they graduate or will be expelled. If I think the pupils manage to stay quiet enough to pass a class, then they will bank a prize from my confiscation cupboard. But if I think they are being too noisy, they will get nothing, and I will know about it, thanks to this device, the Gobstop 3000, the very latest in noise monitoring technology. If they pass the final exam, they will take all the prizes they have banked and receive the ultimate reward, the Golden Gobstopper. However, if they fail to keep that shut, I will have no choice but to expel them, and they will go home with absolutely nothing.
These ear-popping pupils are from Newcastle and are having their noise levels assessed by our magnificent head teacher, Miss Gobstop, and their form tutor, Mr. Gross.
You! Step forward! Name! Logan!
Logan once got a fright when his friend accidentally trumped. You could say their pump made him jump and gave him the hump.
You! Step forward! Name!
Callum says the loudest noise he's ever made was a scream after his sore toe got trodden on. An incredible feat. Get it, feet? Now I'll move on.
You! Step forward! Name!
Callie says the funniest noise she's ever heard was when she put a whoopee cushion on her Gran's chair. What Gran said next wasn't funny at all.
You! Step forward! Name!
Lauren says loud laughter is her favourite noise, which is lucky as she once fell in a pond when feeding the ducks. Quack, quack, oops.
Get out! Get out, that's enough! Go!
It's time for the first class of the day, General Studies with Mr. Gross. Nothing disgusts Mr. Gross like noisy children, and nothing disgusts noisy children like Mr. Gross. But can the new pupils bank their first prize of the day? Oh, really, Mr. Gross? That is gross.
Come in, come in! Do come in! Yeah!
This is
Yeah! What? What on earth was that about? Goodness gracious me, you're a noisy lot, I can tell. What? Sorry?
When's the last time you had a bath?
When the last time I had a bath? I don't have the calendar handy, but I'm saying I last had a bath in 1984. Right. I am Mr. Gross, your general studies teacher. If you want to pass this school, you've got to be quiet. You've got to be silent. Yes, but I'm trying to instruct you. I'm not telepathic. Don't mock me, you'll come to grief. Anyway, listen. You need to work as a team and try and be silent. But you know what? I don't think you can do it.
You can't.
I don't believe it, Callum.
You can't.
Right. It's time, high time, for your first silent test.
No.
Yes?
No.
Yes! Shh. Now, the lesson today is media studies. I'm going to show you a selection of show-offs from the media. Each one is going to do a bottom burp. All you have to do is tell me if the pumps are going to be shorter or longer. Very simple. But as this is a silent test, I don't want you shouting out your answers, which is why I've got these convenient paddles for you to indicate what you think is correct. If you get the answer wrong, you'll be forced to have a whiff from the guff jar.
Shh. So, guessing the length of celebrity trumps in absolute silence. Who's up first?
Your silent test begins.
Oh, it's Simon Air Current Cowell. Has he got the X Factor? A superb silent opening from the pupils. So, who's competing with the Cowell Crump? Oh, it's Lady Gaga. Lauren's up first. Ah, she thinks the Gaga Guff will be longer than Simon Cowell's. Paparazzi, she's right. Lauren gags a giggle and doesn't let out a peep. Nice work.
Correct, it was a longer trump from Lady Gaga.
So who will trump the Gaga pump? Oh, it's Harry Hill. Callum's gone for shorter. Is he right? There's only one way to find out. It's shorter. What are the chances of that? The team is keeping incredibly quiet so far. Can they keep it up with the next celebrity quacker? It's David Bottom Burp It Like Beckham. Callie's gone for longer. She's got it right and in silence. Miss Gobstop is on cloud 9. Mr. Gross has one last pump up his sleeve. Who will it be? It's Beyonce. Should have put a peg on it, Knowles. And Logan has plumped for a longer pump. Can he make it 4 correct guesses in a row and stay silent? Oh, Logan is keeping cool under extreme provocation, but someone's giggling and it's not Miss Gobstop. Was Logan right?
You're correct.
Oh, incredible. That's the first time ever that each pupil has predicted the next trump correctly. Oh, skill.
You did well. But we can't let this go to waste. I think it's important that you learn what they smell like.
This is breaking all the rules. Mr. Gross is desperate to break these pupils and get them to make a noise. They're having a good sniff, but will they crack? I can smell that thing from here. Goodness me, but they stay silent. Amazing control.
Okay. Woo! The silent test is over. Shh. I don't know how you did. I suspect you sniggered throughout that and maybe it got heard. And if it did get heard, it would have got heard by Miss Gobstop. So, she'll tell us whether you've passed or failed.
Attention, attention. This is Miss Gobstop. Lauren, clearly trying very hard to stay silent, but a few quacks did escape. Callie and Logan, perfect students. Class.
So did the team trump Mr. Gross in that class and bank their first prize?
Passed.
Don't believe it. You passed. But you'll come unstuck, I know you will. You've got noise in you, I can tell. Now get out of my classroom. Quietly. Now, shush. Go.
Pass! We all got the cards right in the game and we still had to smell the toxic.
It smelled like rotten old cheese from like 19 odd.
Attention, attention. This is the... Could some computer literate please come to my... immediately? My personal computer is... It's very... Thank you.
It's time for Class 2 Geography with Miss Adventure, the only teacher that can quite literally see eye to eye with her pupils. This tiny traveller will be hell-bent on denying the team their second prize of the day.
Come in, young roomers. Come in. Take a seat. Take a seat. Close the door for me. Morning, young adventurers. How are you?
Great.
Right, lovely. I'm Miss Adventure, the geography teacher.
What's up with the braces?
The braces are there so I can do this. Do you see that? Because that's an international sign for hello. And I salute. Everyone salute me? That's rather half-hearted. So I've got a silence test for you today, and I think it's going to defeat you. 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 And I'm very excited about it. So,
No.
let my silence test begin. Shh. Every adventurer needs to learn how to blend in, and that means camouflage, and silence. Now, the silence part is up to you, but I'm going to camouflage you, and you have to keep quiet. Do you think you'll be able to do it? Will you be able to stay silent? I don't think you'll be able to stay silent, for I am going to taint you all. So, remember, you need to stay silent. Let the silence test commence.
So Miss Adventure will use all her play paints and camouflage skills to make the pupils invisible. But can they hide their noise and pass this test? Remember, Miss Adventure is a trained professional, so don't try this at home. Lauren's keeping stum. Miss Adventure is an expert in camouflage. There are 14 other people in this room, but thanks to her, you can't see them. This is incredible sustained silence from the team. Breathtaking. Where's Callie gone? Oh, there she is.
Got to blend in with the background.
Oh no, Logan won't be broken that easily. Bring on the muddy gunge.
Gotta get some mud there. Make sure you can see.
Oh, Miss Adventure's got Logan gasping. Will that cost them a prize? Smile all you like, Callum, but now you're in trouble. Miss Adventure's going freeform. You'll have to do better than that to break these pupils, Miss Adventure. Perhaps the gooey green slime will do the job. Oh! Incredible silent work from the whole team so far. Miss Gobstop is loving it. Miss Adventure is really going for it. She's having an heart attack. Goodness me, this is quite extraordinary. I think these silent kids have pushed Miss Adventure over the edge. She just can't break them. Oh, but was that a grunt from Logan? What's that? Oh, it's Lauren. Miss Adventure has given it everything, but the team have completely broken her.
Your silence test is over. It's up to Miss Gobstop whether or not you've passed the class.
Attention, attention. This is Miss Gobstop. Logan, that was a brush with failure. Callum, Callie, Lauren, I couldn't hear you. Were you there? Class?
I think the team utterly crushed Miss Adventure. Surely there's a prize in the bank.
Passed!
Right, no! Get out! Get out! Go on, get out! Go! Just go!
We passed! We're passed! We passed!
We passed. Miss Gobstop said that me and Lauren, she couldn't see where she couldn't shower. And our plan is stay quiet and win.
Meanwhile, in the school's hamster cage,
Do you do crosswords, Judy? No? Do you? 3 across, 7 letters, the school of blank. Silence! Brilliant! Bang!
it's time for Class 3, Performing Arts with Mr. Prance. If the pupils pass his class, one thing is certain. He will make a song and dance about it, in silence. So, our noisy pupils have passed 2 classes. Can they make it 3 in a row?
Enter!
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Take a seat, take a seat, take a seat.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wonderful. Now, I am Mr. Prance, your performance arts teacher.
I'll call you Prancy.
Can you call me Prancy?
Yeah.
Can I call you Beardy?
Yes.
No. Now, today you're about to witness my greatest role. Now, on with my silent test. Shh. This is your ballet class. This class will show that you have grace, elegance, but most of all, silence. Now remember, every move you make will be in my special designed ballet shoes. Your silent test will begin now. Shh. Raise.
So, the pupils must follow Mr. Prance's lead through a 4-stage dance routine wearing squeaky ballet shoes. Can they keep quiet? Stage 1, squats. Mr. Prance is a perfectionist. Oh, but Lauren's giggle was far from a perfect start. Logan's clearly enjoying this test in silence. That's more like it. Mr. Prance is ramping up the difficulty levels. He is desperate to break them. Time for stage 2, side steps. Oh, Lauren's stifling a giggle. Impressive. A lot of squeaks from these special shoes, but they've kept their mouths shut. They must really want those prizes. It's time for stage 3, and Mr. Prance is upping the ante with the side swoop. Oh, great silent giggle, Logan, but he's dropped his wand. Calamity. Callie steps in to save the day. But Logan's let out a giggle. Oh, dear. It's the final stage and time for him to pull out all the stops. Can they stay silent? France's dance has got them giggling. Will it be enough to see them fail? We're into the final 15 seconds now. This is brutal. Mr. Prance is piling on the pressure.
And the sound test is complete. Cut!
Still there.
Now, personally, I thought that I was brilliant. But it's not up to me to decide whether you've passed or failed. Miss Gobstop will be letting you know how you fared.
Attention, attention. This is Miss Gobstop. Callie, you were a silent dancer. Not bad. Lauren, giggling and hooting. Logan, a fine mover, if not a little giggly. Class.
Did the team squeak through and bank their third prize?
Failed.
Yes, I am the Lord of the Dance.
Can the new pupils report to my office immediately?
Yes. Out you go. Au revoir. Bye-bye.
So, with classes now complete, the pupils are off to see Miss Gobstop to get their report before the final exam.
Enter. So, you've had 3 classes.
Yes, and I didn't make a sound.
Your silent discipline almost impresses me. Logan, you might be light on your feet, but you're heavy on my ears. Lauren, chuckling, giggling. What's next? Callum.
Aye.
Yes, you have a habit of talking in class.
Aye. I think we failed there.
So, you've passed 2 classes. That means you've banked 2 prizes from the confiscation cupboard. But before you even think about getting your noisy little hands on the golden gobstopper, you're going to have to pass the final exam, which is in the science lab. If you are silent through the final exam, not only will you graduate, you will leave with the prizes that you've banked and the golden gobstopper. Well done, Callie. But
Who did you
if you fail the final exam, you'll be expelled and will receive absolutely nothing.
But
No buts.
we'll get something.
You get nothing. When I say nothing, I mean nothing. Nothing is zero, zilch, nada. So good luck. Get out. Go! Quickly.
Bossy boots.
Yes. Takes one to know one, Callie. Out.
No, it doesn't.
It's time for the final exam with the professor. His Laugh Out Loud laboratory has one purpose: to get the pupils to make 3 noises and lose all their prizes. This madcap scientist is on a mission to stop these pupils from graduating. Bring it on.
Hello, children, and welcome to your final examination. I am the professor, and today, with the help of my assistant, Herr Helmut, jawohl, and all the latest in silent science here in my laboratory, we will be testing you, experimenting. We will be experimenting to see if you have learned the quiet, yeah? What will happen in your final examination? I will pit you against my latest experiments. However, if you make 3 of the bad noises, you will fail. But if you manage to keep with the quiet, you will graduate and win all of the amazing prizes, including the elusive golden gobstopper. Are you up for that?
Yes.
Let us make silent science! Shut up. Right, we go with the first one of my latest inventions.
It's Lauren to go first.
It is an amazing mind-reading helmet. What I do is I put it on one of my subjects, and you are able to read your mind. Are you ready? Here we go. There we go. I can read your mind just now. My hair is very dirty. I want to marry Logan. I hear lots of crazy things in your head. Oh. Well, we're going to the next one.
Oh, she's not happy, but she is silent, despite a helmet full of slime.
For you, my dear, something very, very special.
Oh, it's Callie next.
I have been keeping this secret for quite some time. It is my invisible cloak. Look. Ah, you cannot see me. You have no idea where I am. Get in here, Helmut. Here we go. Can you see me? Oh, look. I am so invisible. We are so invisible. You're wondering how this pie is floating on its own.
She's nervous,
Oh, look at that!
but silent. Excellent stuff.
Who did that? That was a total mystery.
Logan's in the hot seat next.
We go on to the next one. This is for you. What we will do is, it is my amazing time freezing machine. It freezes time. 1, 2, 3, freeze! But what's happened? It didn't work. Why didn't it freeze time?
Oh, will Callie's talking be the team's first strike? Remember, 3 strikes and they go home with nothing. But Logan won't be broken so easily. What a guy.
What happened to you? You're an awful mess, Logan. You should really learn to blow your nose.
Finally, what's in store for Callum?
The final one, and perhaps my greatest work ever, is this. It is my anti-gravity paint. What I do is I paint above you and it floats. Ha! Ha! It is wonderful! It floats! It makes no mess at all! Finally, I have something that works. Finally!
Oh, a big surprise for Callie, but she stayed silent. Awesome.
The aim of this is off. I am so sorry about this. Don't worry. I'll get you clean. I have a special lever here for cleaning you up. This one.
The clever professor has done the math. More slime equals less silence.
Making it so messy. I try some more.
A shocked shriek from Logan, but was it a strike? Just 15 seconds to go. Can they keep quiet under this torrent of slime?
Right, that is it. Your final examination is over. Shh. Well, how do you think you did? Did you squeak? Did you squawk? I think you made lots of the dirty pigeon noises, but it is not up to me if you should fail. It is up to the beautiful Fräulein Gobstoppen, the head teacher, whether or not you will win the prizes or you shall be expelled from the School of Silence. Frau Gobstopper!
Well, Logan giggled. Callie, very disappointed. You will graduate.
Great stuff, and the team of joyous Geordies are clearly delighted to have graduated. Let's have a look at how they did it. Callie was talking. And Logan was shocked into a yelp. But Lauren and Callum kept silent throughout. So with only 2 strikes, it's a spectacular graduation.
And now get out.
Afternoon, guys. You're watching Newsround with me, Ore, and first up, warnings of a massive tsunami hitting Indonesia and Southeast Asia have today been called off. People had started to leave the coast of the country. There were fears after 2 earthquakes struck nearby in the Indian Ocean that they could cause a tsunami or a giant wave. In 2004, a disaster like that struck the region, killing around 250,000 people. next to one of the most secretive countries in the world, North Korea and East Asia. The country is planning to launch a rocket into space. Korea's leader says to get a satellite up there, but other countries think they're actually testing a missile. That's got North Korea's neighbours very worried. It's really difficult to know what's going on inside North Korea. The BBC's been let in for the rocket launch, but it's rare for foreign journalists to be allowed to report from the country, and what they can see is very strictly controlled. North and South Korea were divided after the Second World War, but it was the Korean War between the two that shaped the way we see the countries today. It happened in the early 1950s. The North was supported by China, and the South by the US and Great Britain, who wanted to stop the spread of communism. It ended in a draw. After the fighting, North Korea became very isolated and hostile to any country it thinks is interfering in its affairs. Day-to-day life in the country can look pretty weird from the outside. The military play a big role in the running of the country, and there are a lot of marches and big processions where everyone moves completely in unison. People have to ask permission to travel around, and things like TV and what people can see on the internet are controlled by the government. All the parades are meant to make the country look strong, but North Korea is actually one of the poorest countries in the world and relies on food aid from the United Nations. The country's been run by the same family since its creation. They all tried to get Korean people to worship them, even though most people have very hard lives. The current leader, Kim Jong-un, took over from his father Kim Jong-il, also called the Dear Leader, who died in December. He was the son of Kim Il-sung, who was named the Great Leader. This rocket launch is to mark 100 years since his birth. It's being fueled now and should be launched in the next couple of days, whatever anyone else thinks. All right, finally recognise that music. Hey, come on, it can only be Bart and Co, The Simpsons, who've been keeping a secret for 23 years. But now the creator, Matt Groening, who's on the right, by the way, revealed which US city was used as the basis for The Simpsons' hometown. It was Springfield in Oregon, where Matt grew up. And just before we go, time to say that you can head over to the website where you can find out how an American family rescued a stranded dolphin. If you like, I'm back at 5 on 1. See you then. Bye.
Hey, CBBC viewers, it's me, Hacker. Dare you challenge the chosen one to a stare-out? Try your luck at the young Dracula staring contest, but look out for his crazy vampire eyes. It's my game of the day, and you can find it on the games page of the CBBC website. Get staring!
This Easter holiday, CBBC is going back in time.
Are you up for a little quest, donkey?
Ain't no stopping us now.
You guys are like seriously old school.
Blast to the past with our Easter holiday movies on the CBBC channel. This Friday, it's Shrek 2 at 5:35.
This isn't news at when. When? It's right now, and we have reports of historical hysteria coming in from right across the country. There's terror and turmoil in the towns. Bloody battles in every borough. And pests from the past invading our parks.
Heads up, lads!
All of which can mean only one thing. Yes, horrible histories is back. Oh, and there's no place to hide.
The award-winning Horrible Histories, today at 5 on the CBBC channel.
Welcome back, guys. Up next, brand new Hogwarts is Gory Games.
You had me at Gory Games, but you lost me with that.
Why? Oh, okay. And because it is Hogwarts is brand new today, we're doing horrible history. You've been sending in. Thank you. You've been sending in.
Didn't deserve that.
It's good. You've been sending in some of your horrible histories.
Yeah.
Ella from Scotland. I was rolling my egg down a hill and chasing it when I fell into a pile of dog dirt.
Dog muck.
Ella, how bad do you think that is?
I think I would have been shell-shocked.
I've been shell-shocked.
Ella's that
And a bit smelly. Daniel's from Wigan.
I'm from Wigan!
I had the worst ever, because instead of Easter eggs, I was given Yonko's Greatest Hits CD.
It's a very short album.
It's one track,
Yeah.
and it's terrible.
I am from the town of Wigan!
And finally, Kirsty says, I went to Arsenal versus Manchester City game, and when it scored, a gorilla guy hugged me, and the stranger next to me's armpits smelled worse than Ian's feet.
Ian's feet do stink.
Actually, I used to have a condition, but I got